Alright, welcome back to another Pokemon Black stream. Today we're gonna be probably finishing off the game actually, because there's not too much left we have in the game. We only gotta find 2 more sages, do couple like locations we haven't done yet, and then of course beat the Pokemon League one last time, including the champion. And yeah, we're gonna continue there. There's a few things we have to do to actually find the last sages. One of them is finding the HM waterfall. And supposedly we get that between the first and second town. So we're gonna have the first today. And yeah, then we're gonna try to find the last sages. Also do the royal ship of Unova. I did actually figure out how we can do this, because you can basically change the time on your local computer. And as you can see on the right side, it's currently 7 PM in the game. But for me it's only noon, so yeah, managed to kind of like change that, fortunately. Did also level up all of my Pokemon between the last stream and this one, so we should have an easier time beating the top 4 as well. Let's make Superior starter here. Of course, we're gonna run into primarily water Pokemon here and trainers. Oh, hell yeah. Toxic. It's a pretty good ability because it poisons the enemy guaranteed, and it also makes the poisoning worse every turn. Another good thing with this one is it can be taught to like most Pokemon, I believe. Yeah. I'm gonna give it to Superior though. And we're gonna get rid of Ring Out instead. Yeah, pretty good level advantage here. Okay, it's like that, is it? Deep Sea Tooth. An item held by Clampo. Okay, never mind. I would have to actually get a free spot here in the team before I could take on an egg in my team. I currently have Beer taken because he has Surf, which means, you know, I can basically use him to even navigate this region. It's kind of crazy how much XP is needed nowadays to level up my Pokemon further. Okay, so someone in this region should be the HM we're looking for. Oh, never mind. It's not a Pokemon I should face with Superior. Then let's go back on this side. Okay, let's actually use another repel here just to make things go by a bit faster. So we don't run into too many like low level Pokemon. There it is. Waterfall. Okay. I wanna see if I can teach this to Beartic because he's of course like a ice type Pokemon, which means he can learn surf and other like water type abilities. Ah, damn. So Beartic can't actually learn it. That's a pity. Also, hey, Wild Pigs, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hope you're having a good day today. Yeah, going pretty good. I'm gonna be trying to finish off Pokemon Black today. I've only got the second Pokemon League and like 2 stages left at this point. So I think we have a good chance of getting to finish this game today. Yeah, but we basically got what we needed here. Let's go back to the nearest Poké Center and then find a Pokemon that is capable of using Waterfall and Surf.
High precision getter.
Ava Maxi, welcome in. Indeed, high precision Gara on that first one. Okay, so we're gonna try to find a water type Pokemon. I guess Simipour might be able to do it. I would think so. Indeed. Oh yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of acrobatics, I think. We need Dig for kind of like a fire type Pokemon. And flying, I don't know. That's so important. Not like I'm using Simipour that much either way. With like how low level it is. It's going good, Maxi. Definitely looking forward to finish this game today. Hopefully. But yeah, I think we have a good chance here. There's not too much I have left. Yeah, apparently so. Apparently if you're not holding an item, it gets like double the amount of damage, which is pretty good actually. Considering it's like a flying type that can be taught to like all kinds of Pokemon. Okay, so now that we have a waterfall ability, I basically want to find where the next sage is located. Let's see. So I believe it's Route 14 we have to go to. Over here. Yeah, it's definitely alright, I guess, for the game that it is. For me, streaming it was a bit of a long playthrough, because this is like 50 hours, you know, which I could play like Ghost of Tsushima full completionist in that time, or something. It's definitely, for me, quite a long playthrough, I would say. Let's actually see. Yeah, almost 50 hours at this point. But I feel like if it's just a game you're playing on the side, you know, then it's a pretty nice lengthy game with like enough content. Yeah, that's another thing Hitpix as well, you know, like streaming always kind of like adds time for me for sure. Because often you're like talking about something or doing like a challenge or, I don't know, playing game for the first time. Also doing like off-stream sessions and all of that. Okay, let's go ahead and surf over here. Not sure if I've seen this one before. Liked how I didn't even have a choice into running into her there. Because she could move and I was stuck. Ooh, damn. Shoulder. I always loved the evolution of this one. Yeah, it works. I'm just gonna keep Superior here. It's pretty much the best against water types. Oh, damn. The Kikai train was disabled. That's so nice. It's still disabled. Well then, I'm gonna go and actually change to Archeops. Doesn't affect Jettison? What? And I thought Jettison is like a water type. Is it like water and ghost? Or something? Let me have a look, actually. Ah yeah, it's a water and ghost type. Weaknesses are ghost, dark, grass, and electric, apparently. That was unexpected. Yeah, they don't give any XP whatsoever. I plan to use another repel here. Uh-oh. Survived barely there. Okay, what is this? Is it type? A water and rock type Pokemon. probably should have switched to Superior there. Oh damn. One-shotting a Giga Drain. That's overpowered. Yeah, kind of need to restore the PP for Superior here. Could fully restore Leaf Storm or Giga Drain here. Could actually also raise the amount of times I can use Leaf Storm as well. Oh damn, a hurricane? That's a pretty cool ability to have. Okay, let's make Serperior our starter here. I don't think there's anything of importance on this side, actually. I think I really have to go to Route 14. Let's go ahead and heal our Pokemon. Maybe I have to surf here? Ah, that's the town again. Maybe there. Or here. Right, I think there's a waterfall on that side. Oh yeah. Level 65. There he is. It's kinda creepy that this guy's basically stalking me everywhere, just waiting for me to find one of the sages. Because he appears like immediately after finding one of them. And I really like Superior. I do. So hold on, I just realized I actually have to disable a couple commands for my stream. Otherwise they were gonna appear for AC2 today. Let me take care of that real quick. Okay. Jesus, what is this? Okay, so apparently it's a rock and steel type Pokemon, and it's weak to water, fighting, and ground. Oh. Okay, do I have like any other repel except for like max repel? I have like regular repel. Ah, okay. Big here. Okay, never mind. In that case, that's another stage taken care of, which means you only have one left at this point. But before we go for the last stage, I'm gonna go and finally board the ship and finish that part of the game. I don't think it's even required necessarily. It's gonna be another nice way to actually level up our Pokemon further. To prepare them for the Pokemon League. I guess I can also switch back Simipour and another Pokemon. Now that we basically done the Surf and Waterfall part. There we go. Finally, we can board the ship. And we have 4 trainers we can battle. Amazing. Story that was entirely skipped, but thank you for listening to the story. Okay, are there any trainers on here or just people talking crap? Finally, somebody with some extra boards. Oh yeah. Hey Verot, welcome in. And welcome in Raiders. How's it going? I love that combo of Raid Alert and Buddy McGuire dancing. Yeah, how was the rest of Shadow of the Tomb Raider? I hope it went well with a no-death challenge. Wait, that's it? Could only kind of like better one player and that's it. Oh, that wasn't really worth it. Well, in that case we're gonna go and have a look for the last sage. And then I guess we can already head to the Pokemon League. Let me just check real quick where I have to go. So to surf across Route 17 to Route 18 apparently. Is there even a Route 18? I mean, we have Route 16. Because it goes from Route 16 to 5. Oh. That's kind of odd. And yeah, it's going good, Rod, definitely. I'm trying to finish off this game today, and we're almost done with all of it. I just have to find one more sage and then beat the Pokemon League a second time. Then I've basically finished also the post main game content as well. And yeah, then it's time to start a new game soon. I've been rodded. I sure was. Also, hey there, Grace. Welcome in. Thank you for joining, and good morning to you. I did that 2 more times, so count is now 7. I decided to end on the 8th attempt, so we'll get back to it next week. I gotcha. Last step was about an hour ago, but after the flashback sequence you decided to call it because you feel your concentration and focus levels for that kind of challenge waning in the stream. That's definitely understandable, dude. I mean, you know, doing the same kind of like run over and over, where you have to be like super focused, you know, on like not dying and always like pressing the, you know, right button at the right time. Especially also like streaming such a playthrough, you know, because you have to kind of like concentrate on multiple things at the same time. But I'm sure you can do it eventually, like you've done with the first 2 Tomb Raider games. The complete map looks great. You never touch this game after finishing the story. Yeah, I've also considered doing that, you know, because when the credits kind of like wrote, I was like, okay, yeah, maybe I don't actually have to continue playing. But yeah, there's quite a bit of post-main game content, so I figured, you know, might as well go that extra mile and try to finish off that as well. Even if I don't visit like literally every location, at least get like everything that's like main story, I guess, finished. Yeah, the question really is, where's like Route 18? Ah, okay, so it is actually down here. But we can find another sage. Oh. Interesting. Another sage? Yeah, no matter what we play, there's always gonna be sages apparently. Yeah, that's true, you know, like sometimes you just kind of like zone out a little bit, you know, when playing a game. And yeah, that's something to be avoided, I guess, in such a challenge run. Especially if it means like, you know, having to redo the entire thing, not like replaying the mission or whatever you're doing. Okay, so we have to go back here. Kind of need the water and surf Pokemon. Let's go over here. Pick up Simipour and then we should be good to find the last stage, hopefully. Batman being observant as always. If you like Robert Pattinson as Batman, his face shape works. That's fair. I mean, sometimes actors look totally different with a mask on versus if they don't. I actually haven't seen the new Batman movie with him yet, but I heard good things about it. Okay, so Route 17. Can use waterfall now, right? Go up here? Never mind, that doesn't work. Welcome back, Maxi. That's definitely fair, Maxi. I usually tend to miss people ending their streams as well very often. So I'm definitely a late raider. Hey there, Mr. Goody. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Okay, so I have to get to the very west side of Route 18 apparently. So it must be here somewhere. Ah, there he is. I actually missed him earlier, even though I was right next to him. Amazing. Nice. So, that's all of the sages caught. Awesome. That means we only have one thing left now, and that is beating the Pokemon League a second time. I'm not too sure how well we would do because they are all like in the level 70 to 75 range. It's gonna be quite tricky. But I'm still gonna try my best. I'm gonna go to this shopping mall, I think. Because there's a couple items I could spend my money on to kind of like prepare ourselves properly for the Pokemon League. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough one, given the level difference. Not sure how long it would take us to actually beat all of them. Okay, I think that's it here. Let's have a look what they sell. Okay, we could buy another ability, but I won't get this. I mean, we don't necessarily need them right now, but whenever we come across like these legendary Pokemons that are like roaming the world, I will like try to instantly flee. So getting these quick balls, which basically give you like a better rate of catching Pokemon at the very start of the battle, is the only real way to get them, I think. So I'm gonna get like 10 of these.
Citizen!
I'd also get some of these here because they're actually really good to boost like the base stats. Kind of like this HP up, actually. Maybe I use this on some of my Pokemon. Actually get 10 of these. Also, hey there, Harbinger. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Okay, was there like no way to get like regular items? Ah, there we go. Okay, we're gonna get some hyper potions because they're usually enough. Let's get 10 of these. Actually, let's get one more so we have like 20 total. There's no full restore here I could get, is there? But let's get a couple revives then. Bring us to a 20 total. Just see if there's any keys I could need. Yeah, full restore would be nice, but I guess we can't get that here. Fair enough, but I think that show suffice. Okay, let's go ahead and use the HP up here. Should be my item lists, I think. Or is it here? Oh yeah, there it is. So, probably Archeops needs it the most because it only has 180 HP at like level 66, which is definitely below average. But I can't use HP up on Superior. What? Don't have any effect. So did it already like reach max HP or something? Interesting. Okay. In that case, let's head to the Pokemon League. Something about the EVs getting maxed. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Fair enough. Let's see if they are selling anything of use to us. Ah, there's a full restore. Let's get 6 of these here. Okay. Let's go ahead and have a save here. What's interesting is this time I don't actually have to pay money, right, to get entrance here. That's actually quite nice. Okay, and I would like to actually go to the fighting guy first. And use Archeops here. Okay, so I wanna go over here. And I have another save state here just in case something happens. that actually a new Pokemon that he has? I don't remember him having this one the first round, but maybe he did. Okay, so this takes 4 times the amount of damage from flying, so that's actually perfect here. Awesome. Oh, now got poisoned? Are you kidding me? It's annoying. Okay, next we have Sork. Sork is just like a regular fighting type. It's also weak to Psychic, so I think I'm actually gonna change to Reshiram, because Reshiram has Psychic type ability. Pretty good one. Oh shit, that's effective. That's not good. Okay, I'm gonna go and change to Gothitelle here. Please let me take first. Never mind, it's a death. Okay, not good. But I guess I'm just gonna back to Archeops. And we definitely have to heal the poison here. Jesus. This is effective against all my Pokemon. This is not going good whatsoever. Fuck me all. My Crocodile is weak against fighting types, right? So maybe superior. Start, I guess, but yeah, not a good start here. What are you missing? You thought I already had fought the Elite Four? I have, yeah, but there's basically also a second round with Elite Four, because the first time you beat them, there's like no champion at the end. Instead, there's Team Plasma. And then if you do the post-main game content, then you get to challenge the Elite Four yet again, but at a higher level. And then you can also beat the champion too. You become like champion yourself. So that's the plan here. Is this just another regular fighting type, so... I think... Let's do this. Oh yeah, that's some damage. That's some damage too. Fuck. Oh man. I will have to use like lots of revives here. Full restore, of course. You bastard. Croak. Okay, hold on. Okay, that's a poison and fighting type. It's actually weak to psychic 4 times and ground 2 times. I mean, I'm gonna go for Crocodile, I think, and go for Earthquake here. Awesome. Okay, that's never just regular fighting type, right? I'm gonna risk Reshiram dying here. Because I will have to revive most of my Pokemon either way. A lot. Oh yeah, we could attack first. Let's pray that's... Never mind, that's not nearly enough. This guy is so tanky. Holy shit. Let's go for Superior and Poison Throw. The good thing is you also have Area Ace for like flying damage. Okay, never mind, I have to use Giga Drain here. Okay, one more. It's just another regular fighting Pokemon. So I think I'm gonna keep battling and heal myself here, then use Toxic and Conqueror. I guess I can just use the Hyper Potion here. Yeah, definitely is brutal. I guess that also doesn't help that I'm not really in the level range too much. I'm actually under leveled by 5 to 10 levels on average. That really doesn't help. Okay, the issue here is Crocodile is actually weak to fighting. So what I'm gonna be doing is I think I'm gonna revive Superior and wait for Poison to do its thing, essentially. Yeah, that's what I mean. Otherwise, it would have basically lost the battle here. Actually, crazy. Cool shit. The amount of damage this guy does. Okay, so what I'm gonna be doing now is I'm gonna heal myself for 100, if there is. We have 50 here. It's only 200. It's 20. Like something that heals me for like 100. 80. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go for a hyper potion here. Okay, now I have a choice. I could basically use Giga Drain and kill him off, because we should be faster. However, if he somehow is faster now, then I'm gonna be dead. The thing is, I also have to be thinking about my resources, but I should have enough healing opportunities. I'm just gonna go the safe way here. I'm just not gonna take that risk. That's true, yeah. He does lower his speed, so he should have been faster. But I just didn't want to lose there. Okay, that's the first one down, but now I have to like revive my entire team, pretty much. Okay. So, reviving. Ah, we also have a max revive. That's good. Perfect. Okay, then we go for another... Let's go for lemonade here. I can use like my lower health potions, I guess. Okay, there we go. Let's have another save here. Okay, so let's have another look here where we have everyone. So Southwest is the ghost type. We have the fighting type to the right. Northwest is the dark type. Northeast is the psychic type. So maybe I go for the psychic and make Crocodile my starter for like dark type abilities. Alright, here we go. Caitlyn. Okay, Moshana. Moshana's just a regular Psychic type. And takes 2 times damage from Bug, Ghost and Dark. Also extremely tanky. Oh damn. Changing Pokémons here. Okay, that's pretty good actually. Got like a free kill there, and we now triggered Moxie too, which means we deal even more damage every time. Okay, Sigglyph is flying and psychic, right? Which means Crocodile should actually be quite good against it. Let me still see if there's any kind of like type that would be even more useful against it. So yeah, it's actually having quite a bit of weaknesses. It's weak against Rock, Ghost, Electric, Dark and Ice as well. Please be one hit. Never mind. Oh shit. Don't freeze me. Just don't. What the fuck? One-shotting me? Are you shitting me? Well. I have a ghost type ability with Gothitelle, don't I? Shadow Ball. I mean, Gothitelle is pretty low level, but hopefully I can do this. Full restore. Yeah, that's really unlucky, because we kind of needed Crocodile here as our like snowball effect. Oh fuck. Okay, never mind. We're good. We are good. Metagross. Okay, let me have a look. That's a Steel and Psychic Pokemon apparently. Takes damage from Ground, Ghost, Fire and Dark. Okay, how about we go for Reshiram and use some fire type damage. Yeah, that looks scary. Not gonna lie. Oh Jesus. Are you kidding me? How close was that? At least, you know, I survive here, but luck is not on my side right now. Okay, Moshana again. Kinda thought it was lower level, to be honest. Never mind. Lower health is what I mean. Bronzong. Okay. Ah, okay, that's another Steel and Psychic type. So again, would be weak to Ground, Ghost, Fire, and Dark. Okay, let's keep Gothitelle in here for now. Wait, it's not weak to Ghost? So I guess it only is in like the later generations. Oh. That was unexpected. Let's go for Volcarona here. That's weird. Because my Datadex app on my phone is saying that it should be weak. But maybe they changed it in like later generations or something? I'm not sure. Okay, Gothitelle. Let's go for Zaperia and make it like become poisoned. It avoided my poison? Bastard. What the... Why? Okay, that's just... bad. So it actually is weak to Bug. So maybe I could use Volcarona here quite soon. I'll just go for Slash for now because I think that's the most damage I have with Archeops. Poison's weak to Psychics to Toxic Felt. That could be it because I thought it was like 100% guaranteed. Like a chance to hit. Okay, there we go. Volcarona saves the day. At least I didn't lose quite as many Pokemon as I did in my first round. Time to take care of the team here. Cheers, Maxi. Okay. Okay, let's go for some super potions here. Oops. One person. Do we have any other potions here? I have the energy powder. Another 50. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna go for Hyper Potion here. It works. Okay, 2 more to go. I'm gonna go and have another save here. Okay, and then we have a choice between Ghost and Dark, right? The question I guess is, what are these types weak to in general, so I can kind of like sort out my starter Pokemon. I think I'm gonna start with a Ghost type, actually. So Ghosts are super effective against Ghost and Psychic types, and are weak to Dark and Ghost types. So I think Crocodile would be, again, a really good starter here. So we can kind of like get the, you know, Moxie ability kind of like going. Let's have another safe state file here as well. Okay. Right. Chantal. Right, that's kind of like the coffin Pokemon. So that's just a regular Ghost type, and it's weak to Dark again and against Ghost. Alright, let's get rid of my oh shit. That's not good. That's not good at all. I mean, honestly, I just have to get as much damage out of here as possible, so how foul play it is. It's gonna basically heal itself now. Like, after my Crocodile is dead, so I think I should have started with another Pokemon actually. Let's go for Reshiram. Yeah. But my Crocodile yet again. Bastard. Can you die, please? Yeah, not the best start here. Okay, Golurk. That's a ground and ghost type apparently. And it does take damage from water, ghost, grass, ice and dark. Okay then. I think this might be a job for Superior. So close to dying like every fucking time. So annoying. I cannot just one-shot these guys for once. Okay, so this is an Ice and Ghost Pokemon, and it's weak against Rock, Ghost, Steel, Fire, and Dark. Okay. This is tricky, because Flying is weak to Ice, right? Dragon is weak to Ice. Grass is weak to Ice. Could go back to Gothitelle, maybe? And use Shadow Ball. Let's do that. Reshiram is Dragon Fire, so Ice would deal normal damage, you think? Ah. I didn't consider that, but that's a good point actually. Okay, so Reshiram it is then. Let's hope we can attack first, yeah. Oh, of course not. Oh, of course I'm frozen. Gotta be shitting me. Wait. I can't be frozen, right? Because I have this kind of like unique ability. Ha! Get fucked. Oh, yeah. It works. Okay. What is Shitty Send? Oh, some water, right? So should be weak to grass, electric, dark and ghost. Okay. Back to Superior we go here. I'm gonna directly for Giga Drain here. Jesus, this one is so damn tanky. It's not even funny. Oh fuck, it can do poison moves. And a critical hit. Yeah, that's really bad because all of my Pokemon are like weak to water, essentially. Oh boy. Also, Volcarona is like the worst Pokemon against it, pretty much. Let's go for Archeops for now. Okay, I'm gonna go for Fresh, I think. Or actually, never mind. It is resistant to normal types, right? Because of being a ghost type. I shouldn't do that. So maybe Fly? Go for Fly. Fly was disabled. And then we actually dodged an attack. Getting lucky for once. There we go. Okay, one more. Drift Blim. He is weak against Ice, Dark, Electric, Ghost and Rock. Being a Ghost and Flying type. So I'm actually gonna keep Archeops here because Flying against Flying. Then I go for Rock Slide here. What the fuck is the damage? Pretty good. You got extremely lucky with Archeops here. Oh, never mind, here's another one. Oh, that's Ghost and Fire, right? So here we have to use Rock, Ghost, Water, Dark, Ground. Oh, are you kidding me? Look at the damage. Literally like 2 HP away from dying or something. You gotta be kidding me. Don't tell me he has never a full restore. Okay, thank you. Dude, like what the fuck? Okay, 3 out of 4 done. Yeah, this is gonna be tricky, especially since we're running out of moves as well. I hope I still have a couple, like, elixir or something. Yeah, if I can restore all the moves for one Pokemon. Can 3 times fully restore select move. Okay. That's already pretty good here. I have a max elixir as well. Okay. That's good. Let's have a look which Pokemon we should restore moves for, I guess. Here everything is alright. We only have 2 more fusion flares, but that should be enough for the next battle at least. Good there. Honestly, it's still right. I should probably do it before the champion battle, but for now we are good. Let's focus on reviving and restoring health here. I actually think Crocodile again would be a good starter here for the next battle because we now have a Dark one type left and Dark is weak against fighting. Question is what other weaknesses Dark have. Ah yeah, so Bug, Fairy and Fighting, which in this generation is only Bug and Fighting. So I could also use Volcarona here as a starter. Actually. And then maybe get like Crocodile in here to kind of like finish off the Pokemon from Moxie. Instead of like Crocodile instantly dying yet again, you know. I'm gonna start with Volcarona here. And we're gonna have another save. Harbinger playing Wasteland 2, you recruited a junkie who automatically steals drinks, drugs from the other party members, even though you can just give them to the original owners. I mean, that sounds like a worthy addition to the team. Okay, that's like a water and dark, I assume. Yeah, water and dark. So it's like 2 times weak against fighting, bug, grass, electric and fairy. So bug works quite well here, however, it does have water type abilities, right? So Superior would have actually been the better starter here, unfortunately. However, since I'm a bug type, maybe water won't do anything? I'm not sure. I don't think that's how it works. Let's go to Superior. Oh, are you actually kidding me? Look at that. What the fuck? Can I just, for once, kill off an enemy Pokemon and not get it to like 2 HP? That ain't even funny. Okay, this time I got the critical hit. Thank you. Actually, might have been actually a good scenario here because basically he wasted the full restore, right? So it doesn't have one anymore. Okay, so next we have a dark and fighting type Pokemon with Scrafty here. Which means we can use flying and fighting against it. So maybe I go for Archeops here. Archeops is also rock type, which means fighting would be good against it in return. What shall we do here? I mean, we have Brick Break with Gothitelle. Oh shit, but Dark is good against Psychic. Never mind. I mean, we had to use Goffy Tail at some point either way, so might as well get the best out of it as possible here. If I even get to attack. Of course I don't. Yeah, that was a stupid decision here. Plus Moxie has... Scrafty has Moxie. That's not good. Maybe I could go back to Zaperia, poison this guy, and use acrobatics. Wait, that didn't work? Why is that effective? Like damage? That's not good. What shall we do here? Because Crocodile is weak to fighting. I'm just gonna go for Archeops now. Fuck it. I'm gonna go for Fly. Okay, this is going really bad. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Come on, that's like 4 times now or something that I literally got the enemy so low to help to dying. Now it's getting a freaking other Moxie. I swear, this is not ideal. Can I just please attack first, please? Thank you. Okay, now he has Crocodile. I mean, we could switch to our Crocodile technically and use fighting. We can use fighting, bug, water, grass, ice, fairy. Things for Corona really isn't too good because it's a fire type, so it's weak against Crocodile. So is Reshiram. Zaperia of course would be very good here, but I'm just gonna go Crocodile against Crocodile. Jesus, why so much damage? Okay, I'm gonna do the following. I'm gonna go and use the Revival Herb on Zaperia. Risk Crocodile dying. And hopefully I can use Giga Drain or Leaf Storm to kill off Crocodile here. Go for Leaf Storm. Okay. Okay, this is a Dark and Steel type Pokemon. It's weak 4 times to fighting actually. Thing is now I don't have any fighting ability left in my team Alternatively, we could go for fire, so Reshiram would be good, or Volcarona. Let's go for Volcarona here and use Heat Wave. Jesus, actually finish one in one hit for once. Yeah, Liepard I think only is weak to fighting, isn't it? And Bug as well. I think Bug should also be a weakness, so Volcarona would be quite good. Yeah, that's right. Damn, this only has ground as a weakness apparently. But it does take normal damage from most other types here, so... I guess I'm gonna keep Volcarona. So hey there, Afro, welcome in. Yeah, that's some damage. Did it? You beat the Elite Four yet again. Okay, now we have unlocked the actual champion for once. Okay, time to take care of our Pokemon again. Let's revive Archeops, Crocodile, and Gothitelle. Now the tricky thing is I really don't know what kind of Pokemon the champion is gonna have. So I'm just gonna make like any random Pokemon my starter, I guess. But yeah. A couple Hyper Potions. Okay, I think the only moves I really have to restore here are for Serperior and Reshiram. Let's use the elixir here on Serperior. And then I go for Max FR on Reshiram for Fusion Flare. Okay, that should do it. So who am I gonna make my starter? I could actually go for Volcarona being like our strongest one in the level. It's also quite unique with like Bug and Fire, so not sure if it has like lots of weaknesses. I'll actually have a look. . So it's weak to rock 4 times. So that could be a big weakness to us in water and flying, but overall, that's alright, I guess. Let's go ahead and have another save here. And another save state as well. There we go. The final fight for this game. Champion. You can't hear the words final fight and not think of a side-scrolling beat-em-up franchise. That's definitely fair, you know, sometimes you associate certain kind of like word combinations with movies, shows or something, or even, you know, games. Alright, there we go. Order. It's time. I have a 75. Oh, Jesus. As if 71 wasn't enough, you know. So this is a bug type Pokemon actually. So honestly, we have a really good choice of Volcarona because, of course, it isn't weak to bug, and we also have a fire type here. Hell yeah, one shot. Perfect. It's a good advantage. Okay, so Buffaland is a normal type, which only weakness has fighting. So I think maybe I start for Gothitelle for Brick Break and then go to Crocodile. Just to guarantee the Crocodile actually survives and can trigger like Moxie. Gothitelle has become more like our sacrifice Pokemon here at this point. Being next under leveled. Yeah, I think she's dead, to be honest. Now Brick Break should actually finish off Buffaland, I hope. Oh, you have to be kidding me. You gotta be shitting me. What is that? And don't yeah, of course. Of course. That's just bullshit. It's like the 5th time it happened now. That it's literally like 2 HP away from dying. And now it's using, of course, a full restore, which means I have to do this, like take it down yet again. Plus I don't have any fighting types left on my team, so... I think I'm gonna go for Superior and make it become poisoned, given how much HP it has, you know. Yeah, that's some really bad luck here. Oh. But that really still not work. Sap Sipper? Every time I try to use like a grass type ability, its attack increases? What? Fuck? I've never seen that before. Okay, this couldn't go any worse right now. It really couldn't. Let's go for Volcarona. And only because Crocodile couldn't finish off. Ufala. Okay, let's have a look what this type of Pokemon is. So Bug and Steel, which means Volcarona is actually really good yet again. It has 4 times weakness to fire actually. So Heatwave should probably finish that off one hit. Oh yeah. Yeah, Volcarona is carrying big time here. Wow. Oh, he's using Volcarona himself? Okay then. Hey Vermola, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Cheers, dude. Yeah, this is definitely the toughest fight I've had so far. I'm down so many Pokemon already. So I think Archeops would be quite good here because Volcarona is double weak to Rock. And we do have a Rock type ability with Archeops. Plus we have Flying, which is also effective 2 times. Level 77 though. Oh, Jesus Christ, yes. Did it. Okay, next we have Vanillux. This is just an Ice-type Pokemon. Which means it's weak against Rock, Fighting, and Fire. Let's go for... Honestly, Volcarona would be good, of course, with Heat Wave. But I don't have that many Heat Waves left now. Let's go for Reshiram for now. I just realized that Ice is really good against Dragons, so... this could become an issue. I think Volcarona would actually have been better here, now that I think about it. This is rigged, isn't it? Like, what the fuck? Again? 2 HP? How many times? Now tell me that I'm gonna one-hit die instead. Okay, thankfully not. Because my fire actually makes Ice not become super effective. But still, like, what are the chances? Okay, so Dratigan is just a regular dragon type, which means it's weak to dragon and ice. Let's go for Archeops. It's a 75 wall. And I love the damage output of Archeops. Oh, really? Okay. It could be tricky. Outrage might actually kill us if I'm not fast enough. But I am. We did it. We beat Order. Okay, I actually wasn't sure if I could do this because I wasn't really getting too lucky at the start of this fight. But then it definitely turned around with like some of the one-hit kills we did. Thank you, Rod. Yeah, that definitely feels good, you know, getting to beat the final bosses of this game. Oh, yeah. We've earned our place in the Hall of Fame. Let's go. Volcarona. I mean, Volcarona really has carried us here big time. Shirin. Archeops of a Pokemon. Superior, our starter Pokemon. Crocodile, a legend. And Gothitelle. Our sacrifice Pokemon. But yeah, there we go. We did it. With almost 51 hours played, I did finish the game. Finally. But yeah, this was a lot longer than I anticipated, to be honest. Like, this is like in-depth story game level amount of hours, right? Like, I could maybe play the entire Ezio trilogy in that time. So yeah, quite the time investment, but I'm glad we stuck through with it. And finish also the post-game content. That's insane. Yeah, for this type of game, you know, that's kind of like basic in its nature, you know? And you kind of like do the same thing over and over of like grinding your Pokemon. I'm definitely glad we got to an ending today. Really am. But yeah, it was fun though. It was cool to kind of like visit a newer Pokemon game from what I'm used to. Since I've only played the first two generations actively before. So I could definitely appreciate this new generation of Pokemon and yeah, kind of like having all these quality of life changes. But I'm definitely gonna take a break from Pokemon now for at least a couple months, if not a year or longer. But I'm gonna be playing another one at some point for sure.
Take my sugar! Take anything you like!
Take my sugar. Yeah, that means now with Pokemon Black finished, the only game on our current schedule is the Assassin's Creed games, pretty much. And yeah, we could actually go ahead and play some of AC2 for this second part of today's stream, because I do have a bit of time still left. Let's see, I could play for like another 2 to 3 hours. Could also, you know, start a new game, but I'm not quite sure if that would be worth it. Because I can actually review it, I guess, now. The next game that is gonna replace Pokemon Black will be Alan Wake. A game that has been on my list for like ages, ever since I saw Rod play it when I got to know him on Twitch. And always intrigued me a lot, and I know with like how much, you know, like other people also want me to play that franchise eventually, including Mauler. Yeah, it's gonna be Alan Wake. So I guess you have a choice. We could either start Alan Wake for like 2 to 3 hours. I guess you guys can tell me better if it's like worth it, playing 2 hours of Alan Wake, or if I don't really get it done in the game at that time, especially if I start. Or we could, I guess, you know, play a bit more of Assassin's Creed. But yeah, from what I know, Alan Wake isn't super long, right? So I reckon you can do quite a bit in 2 hours. But yeah, I did install the game earlier. A bit excited, Mola. Also, hey, Nemesis, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Rod, you don't mind it either way. Alan Wake has 6 chapters, so you could probably do a bit in it for a short stream. I gotcha. Rob would say Alan Wake, but you would prefer Assassino. Well, that's fair. I mean, if it's kind of like tight, I could also just, you know, do a vote, because honestly, I don't mind which one I would play. So, yeah, let me actually do this. Let's create a poll. Okay, so everybody only is getting 1 vote here. And I'm gonna increase the duration to... let's actually say 5 minutes, because I'm gonna go into a break while the vote is running. And when I come back, we're gonna play whatever game has been voted for, to give people enough time to, you know, make a decision. Because sometimes, of course, you're not like immediately there within like 1 or 2 minutes. So let me do it like this. So yeah, now you should see a vote in the chat at the very top. And if you click on there, you can vote for either Alan Wake or Assassin's Creed, or the next game I will play today. Cheers, Rod, I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm gonna be back in about 10 to 15 or so. And then we're gonna jump into another game. So yeah, catch you guys in just a few.